Good evening, and it is time once again for High Shift, your look at GTA Online cars on our specially designed test tracks that anyone can do, but I enjoy doing it because I love cars racing and it's just too expensive to do anywhere else but online. We start off every episode of High Shift by stealing a car and turning it in for money at Los Santos before going on to doing all the other fun things. Today we are doing the Shyster Deviant, the Coil Cyclone, and everybody's favorite high-performance car, the Benefactor Panto. As we can see, we can have lots of cars here to choose from, but we're taking a baller. We always take the most expensive car we can find. Kind of hoping for something interesting like a Felon. Oh, I want the white one. Or Robin Eggs Blue or something like that. That's just nicer. Ooh, and it didn't have an alarm. Always a plus. And it's the good baller. It's the second type. It's the baller Sport. So we've got a muscle car, so we're going to be testing that probably. You know, the Shyster's kind of fast and not very steerable. I think we are going to go ahead and test it on the Grand Tour track and highway track. Then we have the Coil Cyclone, which just begs for the highway track and the Grand Tour track. And the Panto poses a problem. It's not particularly a street racer, and it's not particularly a highway cruiser, and it's not a Grand Tour. So I was thinking doing it on the street course because it is small and agile and whatnot. That's fine. But since it's not good at anything else really, I'm figuring I want to take that out on the dirt track because I think it will be hilarious. And what are Pantos for except to be hilarious? Some people say the dilettante are, and you know, I kind of get that, but I think the Panto is more hilariously fun. I'm also using this as a time to get the ads and stuff out of the way and whatnot. That's always good. So we're making GTA money while supposedly I'm making Twitch money. I don't think so. Okay, we do need to have a car for afterwards, so let's call up. And since we're not going to, since we're going to test it last, we might as well get the car we're going to test last.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels? I'll get there as soon as I can.
There it is, the mighty Panto! Alright, we will go ahead and start off. Around 16,000. I must have already turned in a car. Didn't turn in the money though. Let's see, my jobs. I never remember how to do this. My races and high shift test drive. There we go. Huh. I cleaned up. That was always a big mistake. Well, it's just a solo one, so as long as I hit the button, we're fine. Here they are. Let me know if the fan noise is better now, too. I mean, I moved to the other side. It's far away from it now. The most important one. This. I tend to write things down. Oh, bother. I should have done this earlier. I forgot this. This is off-road, street circuit, and highway. Okay, I've got them all now. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Now I need a pencil. Hey, pencil, we do things old-fashioned here. Just like they would on the original British version of High Shift. So we have the card for here. And we are doing, first off, we are doing a muscle car challenge. Everything else is correct. Now the highest of the muscle cars is the Ruiner. That's what it's got to be. Shyster Deviant, we want this in a green. Salute to Fargon, who requested this. Alright, we're going to see how well the Shyster Deviant does on the high shift test track. We are not going to do a pickup mission today. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a better way to do that. Oh, did I turn it on? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I'm bad. We're going to go ahead and... yeah, we're just going to DNF this. I don't know how. Oh well. Alright, we are just going to go off on 30 and we'll subtract. I'm sorry, I thought I had a setting wrong. Go a little early to account for boost, but let's see how well it does. Now the Shyster Deviant is based on the AMX Javelin, which was based on the Hornet. Can we check in there? Looks like again. So far, it's not a bad driving little muscle car. No, we didn't hold it. We have to take the next checkpoint reset. If I spin all the way, well, I didn't hit anything. I have to hit something and spin all the way around. I forget about that. Yeah. Okay, if I hit any, so we can keep going. Sorry. Gotta remember the rules. I'm gonna write down the rules. So if I hit any street furniture and go all the way around, I have to reset. Not my way mule. It is very, very, very twitchy. The turning is very sudden, so much that the camera has difficulty keeping up. Oh my lord, is it ever so... It's got really great initial steering, and then the back end just comes out. Very, very oversteering car. Rear wheel drive, very light front end, even though that's where the motor is. This is a car that just kind of wants to get out and dance. Shake its back end. Oh, I missed the turn. I was playing the old way. I'm still stuck in that, guys. I can't believe that. I am letting the Javelin down. I am letting the Deviant down. I'm sorry. This is going to be bad. Sorry. I will have to retest the Deviant at another day, and I will give you an update, but we will go ahead and continue this run, and I will try to keep my head in the game. If I can. Oh my god. Go ahead and take another 10 seconds off that time, so a minute 10. for my own bad direction. We can't. We'll give the Deviant a break. Jeez, I've got to break into these turns and then power out of them. There's no... The acceleration is above average for a muscle car, but it's still not great. The model is great. The model is, geez, this is definitely one of the better looking models. The Dominator Ellie is obviously too derivative, and I don't know. The Sabre Turbo is a pretty good representation of what it's supposed to be. But since the Javelin looked a little bit different than anything else, so does the Deviant here, and it's really distinctive. It's a lot better than most of the. It's certainly a lot better than the Phoenix. Although having driven the Phoenix a couple of times, I have to say that maybe the Phoenix is actually the better handling car. I'm expecting good things when I get to the Phoenix. I just wish it wasn't a block long. I wonder what's going on with the GTA camera. If maybe it is just the Deviant being a little bit devious. It seems like every time I make a turn, the camera is stopping. I made the mistake because last week I forgot to turn on my microphone for the Cara stuff. And that's really too bad because right now the Cara leads our leaderboards. Yes, the best vehicle on the test track, other than the motorcycle, would be not the Type N, not a supercar, but basically a Ford Raptor. This is not going to set and break any time. Whoa, this is slidey. This is far more slidey on dirt than the Sabre Turbo can dream. Wow. I mean, whoa, 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 whoa. Why is this so backlight? I mean, Lord. Well, back slidey. I mean, that big old monster engine, I get it up front, but the tail section on this just wants to get out and play. Like I said, the Sabre Turbo has been the slickest thing on here so far, and this makes the Sabre Turbo look planted. Something that I, honestly, for years of playing GTA games, never thought I'd say. The Sabres and the Stallions have always been loosey-goosey. Plus for the Deviant, though, I haven't actually bended yet. So maybe it has advanced Choister / AMX object avoiding abilities. It definitely has camera avoiding abilities. Oh my Lord. And brakes are good. Just found that out. Brakes are awesome. That's something you definitely can't say about the Sabre Turbo or the Dominator Ellie or just about any classic of the muscle cars. There's no real brakes on them. The first time you get real brakes, I think, is on the Ruiner. I was stunned that the Ruiner was faster than the Vigero. And another car you can compare that to. The Vigero is so much easier of a driving car, but apparently Vigero's not. Jeez, why will not the camera stay? Alright, we said we're going to take off 40 seconds, so that's 7:54, 599. 7:54, 599. 7:54.599 for the Deviant. How's that put it up there? Oh, I've got all. Forgot to take down the times. I'm going to do that from time to time. If I had viewers, they tell me, "Hey, you got the times out." How did that compare though? 7:54. It puts it a little bit faster than the Swinger. No, a lot faster. A lot slower than the Swinger. What do I got in that time area? About as fast as, a little slower than a Ruiner. Alright, well that's pretty good. I don't know if that's my driving or the car. Alright, well we said we tried on the other tracks, so my jobs. Races, and we're going to try this. This is a very back-endy one. We're going to, we don't have a lot for them. We're going to go ahead and test it on the freeway track. I don't know why I don't have a time for the Vigero. Something must have gone wrong. Alright, so the only time we have for the highway is the Taipan 254.073. So we're going to see if maybe, I don't think it'll beat it, but what? Why is this? They must have messed up. I had all these set. I'll have to reset it. I gotta add the new cars anyway. Alright, so this is an expensive car. It's $500,000. And therefore I expect more performance out of it. So I expect this to be, for a muscle car, I expect this to be pretty quick. Now, is it going to be as quick as a Cheval Taipan, which is a supercar? I doubt it. Even if it has similar speeds, with the way the back end on this comes out, these corners are going to kill it. So I'm not using any brake, but I'm lifting off a bit just so I can use the natural up and down of this track to allow me to direct this. Now the checkpoints are staggered and whatnot, and it's not important because I'm not racing, it's racing the clock. Oh, there's some bumps in here. Jeez, the Shyster Deviant, compared to, say, the more standard muscle cars, feels the road more. Now, that can be a good thing when you're trying to power slide around an entire freeway on-ramp like that, but it also means that you have to be far more focused on the task at hand. A Vigero especially the Big Arrow. The Big Arrow is more of a friend to the driver. It's going to not get out on you. It's not going to take the bumps wrong, but you're paying for that, obviously, supposedly, by the times we've seen in raw performance. Yeah, went into that way too hot. The turning radius on this is quite a bit bigger than the Big Arrow. Probably about as big as the Sabre Turbo. The Dominator Ellie is probably the tightest of them all I've seen so far. We haven't seen the Dominator Ellie, of course, yet on high shift, and I don't know when we will. It's not one of my favorite cars. I just don't find it very interesting. Although, being based off a classic car, it's got to be in there. You let off on the gas to the turns, the Deviant settles down a bit. I mean, it obviously likes the pavement and the wide sweeping turns more than it likes, well, anything else. Tight turns are not its friend, either is dirt. And its time is 3:16 something. $3:16,108. Well, it only puts it about a little less than 20 seconds off of a supercar. That's not too bad for a muscle. But one also has to wonder, I mean, that's just a basic. I mean, most cars should be able to rip that up, especially if you have a big, powerful engine. But how will it do on something with a little bit more twists and bends? Let's see if it messed up all my tracks or if I just do that one. Nope, just that one. Can I move this around? Looks like I can. I love the styling cues from it. This definitely looks different. I love the taillights with the rear spoiler. It's a great looking car. It definitely screams 70s muscle before all that got nerfed and everything. Quick Diet Coke breaking the yellow dry. Oh, messed up the turbo. But we got great 11s there. Trying to get the wheels straight before I peel out. Turning under acceleration is just a bad idea with the Shyster. Okay, speed changing. Braking's a bad idea too. I guess you can say it's a very inertia car. I'm not ready to take that flat out until I know, and yeah, it's just not going to do. This is not as. I mean, the Ruiner even tore this up. This is not a touring car. This is This is for someone who wants to make 11s. Long, straight, proud. 11s. Geez, that sounded kind of bad. Well, again, I've already said I kind of prefer the Ruiner anyway. Oh, look at that. I mean, even a little bit of turning while under power is just not doing it for the Deviant. Yeah, that's less dangerous in the Deviant. Some cars you can make those turn, the little S turn there on under power, but no, the Deviant is not going to make any kind of turn under power. My lord, this might be the slowest Grand Tour lap we're going to have. Try and keep this straight. Oh lord. You know, for a little bit of an off, we were trying to be a little bit brave there, but wasn't happening. Come on, find some speeds. Jeez. All this American muscle and a little turn makes it go to waste. Maybe that's the next test track I have to do, is just the straight drag strip line. Build it. Yeah, actually I should do that, huh? Do it in first person so we can get the speedo on there. It'd be just a big straight line. I will have to write that down. Run the entire length of Los Santos. Or, I'm sorry, San Andreas. Well, I did invent it. So that was not... Every other car we've had, you've made that turn hot, hot, hot. The Caracara just busted it up. I went into that way too tight. That's me, not the car. Although the car didn't really respond to it very well last time. This time there's no doubt. A little two-wheel action for you there. We're not going to get a good time, so we're going to get some drama. How's that sound? And then the back comes loose. Got to lay it off the throttle. Goes right back under control. At least it's predictable. At least it is predictable. I will give it that. And we're over. $423.91. That's our slowest time. Alright, so we do know that the Shyster Deviant, while it's okay on the combo road, it is not so hot as a Grand Tourer. I don't know. I don't know what that says about it. I think the freeway said more about it. The freeway circuit. I think we know that now. We know that the Shyster Deviant is very much a straight line car at point A to point B, and it's also given me the chance to write down must do drag test, must do drag strip test, drag strip course max speeds. All right, good. And of course we'll do that. And here, so we kind of see the speedo right there. Panto's not very good for this. I like that. It goes all the way up to 140 that you can see, and that's very ambitious. Alright, so next we're going to move on to a car I just bought. Because Pfeiffer, the character here. I'm sorry, a little bit of gas. Needed a supercar. And since it was on sale for 80% off, because I had Twitch Prime, I went ahead and bought the Coil Cyclone. And it is technically a supercar. It looks good. There it is. Orange on Sunset Orange. I did the stunt jumps to get Sunset Orange for this strip. I like contrast, but not a lot of contrast. I think this looks really great. So this is our challenger to the Taipan for this. Let's see if this will be a better supercar than the Taipan was. But more importantly, can it beat the Ford truck? Off to a good start. Now it is Coil, which is Tesla in the HD universe. So it has an electric motor, whisker quiet. I kind of like that effect. I knew I was always going to buy Pfeiffer the electric cars. I have nothing against electric cars. There's no way in Hades I can afford even the first gear ones used. Well, that could have gone better, but it could have gone worse. Actually, a fair, decent bit of driving, if you ask me. Ooh. This car is very, very understeer. You point it in the one where you want it to go, and it doesn't go there at first. It's all like, are you sure? Has this been approved by Devin Wilson? Okay, watching the arrow, I gotta go that way. Oh, way too much on the brake. And then way too much on the power. Oh, great. Although I'm going to admit this car does not. It's very much the perception of an electric car. It's either all on or all off. And when you lay off that, there is a lot of... Jeez, so understeery, I couldn't even get the checkpoint. But when you lay off, there's immediate braking, resistance braking right there. I mean, it's just like there. This is very, very understeery. Especially the higher the speed, the less it's actually going to turn. To say I'm a little disappointed would be an understatement. It steers well under braking, not so much under power. And I bend it. That's going to be go to the next checkpoint and reset. That's the rules. Alright, that's going to cost a little bit of time, but that's the penalty we pay for either a lack of talent on my end or a lack of performance on the cars. And in that, honestly, in that little bit of turn, I was underpowered like I usually am, and the car did not steer. That's understeer. It's really hard to get the back end of this car out. It understeers so bad. It's wonderfully fast in a straight line. Don't get me wrong, it's a very, very fun car to drive, but usually cars on the in GTA 5 oversteer. Some of them tremendously so. I won't mention any names, GB200, but you know they exist. Panto, and you know you learn to deal with oversteer and to find a car in the game that understeers to this degree. Really, truly is remarkable. That crossover there is intentional. I always hope to actually plow into a car there. I don't care if it costs me time. But so far, there's never been a car there. I'm just waiting for the day. It's usually that first connection going out into Los Santos proper. That one lane turn you're going up the wrong way. That's usually the big problem. On dirt, car's fine. If anything, the slippy slidiness of dirt is helping that understeer problem. Surprisingly enough, the coil Cyclone's a little bit fun on these dirt roads. I mean, genuinely a pleasure to drive, actually. That section was butter. Yes, I'll pick up phrases from other people I watch. I'm bad. I'm a mockingbird. Did I get it? Yes, I did. I got it. Ooh, that was close. I was predicting the understeer and oversteered and almost missed the checkpoint. Well, the GTA gods were generous, smiled upon me, and gave me the checkpoint. Jeez, the coil Cyclone might be the dirt racer of supercars. Oh, that was not good. That was once again pure understeer. Oh, the back end finally got out. Shocker, literally. All right, air times are bad. It does not like to leave the ground. It's very heavy, so once you do get to leave the ground, any kind of movement you have are going to be amplified. Oh, that oversteer is just going to brutalize me on this. Trying to put a little power steer in it. This is not going to give me any oppo lock. Whoa! Oh, look at that time, though. That's dirt section. I must have just totally 657, 325. Well, finally, a supercar takes it back from the pickup truck. We did have a success with that. That Cyclone was quick. Alright, we are going to go ahead, and I'm afraid to do this. So we'll do this one first. We're going to go ahead and take it on the Grand Tourer track. It's a supercar. It is supposed to excel in this, and I'm feeling with the understeer problem it has, it's not going to. I don't think this is going to give me a good time. I could be wrong. Also, I've noticed that, oh jeez. I have noticed that the camera problems are restricted to the Deviant. Okay, so the Deviant, something about the Deviant, it breaks the camera. Probably having to do with its tremendous oversteer and its twitchiness. Whoa, 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 we've had an off. It does not like that turn at all. We did not bend it. We didn't hit anything, so we can continue. Wow, look at that understeer. Jeez. It's just at a point where it just stops turning. A speed where it goes, no, we have all the inertias. I will say it's fun to drive through here, but it's not good to drive through here. I know from the oversteer, we're just going to cut through here. There's no way it will be able to take that turn. Not with the understeer. Well, it didn't go around from the street furniture. We'll continue on, but boy. Well, there are cars you can just slide around. This is braking power, braking power. It just comes to be a point where the car has so much front wheel traction. It's supposed to be an all-wheel drive car, but the problem with that is the front wheel, it's so torquey that the front wheel drive car parts, when it's turning, overwhelm the back end. It's too equal of an all-wheel drive car. There's too much power going to the front wheels. And that caused it to understeer tremendously. Not that it's not a good car, not that it's fun to drive, it's pretty much the opposite of most other cars in GTA. We didn't take any street furniture that time. However, we do come up with a time of 350 something, 350-146. Which puts it supercar territory. It is our top car, barring only the Taipan. So I had the wrong of it. It did fine. Most of it, I guess when you figure out that it's going to understeer. it still have the acceleration to, get back on it to keep the time low. Well, let's see if we saw it succeed where I thought it would be bad. Let's find out if it's bad where I think it will succeed. We're going to the highway. No, noon clouds. Now, even though we've turned the weather to just clouds, this wetness is still going to affect the track for a little bit. Oh, finger on the wrong thing. Wasn't watching my pacement. Thought my foot was on the gas pedal. It turns out it was on the high beam light switch. Classic high beam light switch. Understeer, 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 understeer. And there's the power down the road. A little bit of lift off because of the understeer. We're going to got to slide a bit. I don't know if that's because of the bit of rain still left on the street or whatnot. I'm kind of hoping that the power of the Cyclone will make up for my silly mistake at the beginning. Rode it. Understeer, 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 understeer. Did I mention this car has tremendous understeer? I don't know if you've heard that before. Powering down the road, all the speed we can find. Lit off because it understeers. Get back on a little because it's not even going. It's the resistance braking. Oh my god, this car is just so much different than the other ones. I'm trying to find all the speed. I'm trying. But I really don't think I let the car down this time. I think the car let down me with all that. Well, you know what I'm talking about. And across the understeer, I mean line. $255.94. Oh, definitely worse than the Type. The Taipan beats it easily by 1.5 seconds. That's not good for supercars. So it did better than I thought. I don't have a good anchor of the Taipan, but I think the Taipan is actually just a little bit of a better car all around. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? Alright, well, it is now time for that most anticipated part of this, where I load up Woohoo! This is a tremendously fun car to play with, guys. It's like a dice cube. You just throw it around. Alright, it is time for the Panto. I know everybody's been wanting to know how the Panto does. Compacts. And the Panto. Now, the only thing I modify the Panto is I put in the roll cage. Yeah, it's just a little bit to the maneuverability. It does make it a little bit stiffer. Hey! What's up, Zeusadeus, Gumps Gang? We're racing a Panto. Smart car time. Hey, McVegan Pants. So the Panto as a car goes, it's so fun. It really is. Is it a good car? No, certainly not. It is. If you take this on a heist, you are going to probably lose to the police. But you will fail so spectacularly. It understeers until it stops, and then it oversteers tremendously. But if you put it in the roll cage, you get a little bit of leeway. Is it fast? It's a Panto. It's surprisingly not maneuverable. It's unsurprisingly not speedy. Hey, Tanoyo. Trying to read everybody. I do have my bot up so I can see everybody as they come in. That's really great. Thank you for the raid. And, oh, yeah, and we can crunch it into a Prius, a Dilettante. There's no deformation to the body, so it's really hard to tell when your Panto is going to blow up. It doesn't like bumps. It doesn't like other cars. But the great thing about it is it's so wonderfully roly-poly. Most of you just missed a really great where I just jumped it off of a bridge and just kind of rolled it for a bit. And I think that's what makes it the most fun. Nope, there it goes. In all honesty, for the main story mode, you can get away with a Panto a lot of the times. My favorite, and I do hate to admit it, but my favorite one to use in the main storyline missions would be that Citrum SM thing, what do they call it? The Lampanelli Pigali? Yeah, that's it. That's just a great car. Now, while I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of things French, I have to admit that Citroen's made some pretty good cars. I'm a big fan of the Aventine myself. I wish I could have one, but they only built like 4,000 of them. Oh, I bend it. But it's a Panto, I don't care. Oh, there are 3 different convertible sedans. There's the Sentinel XS, the Lampanati Felon GT, and the Benefactor Oracle XS. I believe those are the 3 of the modern convertible sedans. Oh, I've totally been to my Panto. Yeah, most people go for the Sentinel. I I prefer the Felon a little bit more, but you know, really Sentinel, Felon, there's not much difference. The Zion looks like the Sentinel, but it's like the low tier one. It's like the basic. So the Panto definitely handles better than the Cyclone. We're just zipping around, doing the test. I designed this course to be about 8 minutes long so I get the maximum amount of money for doing it. But it also gives me approximately 1/3 street, 1/3 curvy bit, and 1/3 dirt. This is to test out the overall. Oh, don't you dare, truck! Don't you dare! I'm gonna say the Panto, as far as driving, it's very drivable. But you've got to put in that roll cage. Without the roll cage, this is a lot twitchier. Woo, I would have been totally smoked if I had hit that Emperor. Totally. Now the dirt part. I am predicting this is where the Panto just dies. And oh Lord, it's just, oh. Admittedly, it's like a real short, really short based Sabre Turbo. But that just means that, you know, I'm feeling every second that it's just going to go its own way. Oh, and it did. That bounce. There was absolutely no steering input, so it was just all bounce. I want a car, and I want it to perform like a Fleetwood Mac song. I want more Rhiannon and less Go Your Own Way. I want the least of all the little lies. Oh, and this car's beginning to lie. 360! And under this car is beginning to lie to me. So I've got little lies and Go Your Own Way. Yeah, wow. This is more of a dirt road than a dirt track, so it's a little smoother. Panto's doing okay. Putting some turn into that. Any bump whatsoever. Now, you'd think this is where the Panto would shine. Oh, the understeer is back. A little bit of power to flick the tail out, make sure you get it back under control. That did it a lot better than this foil Cyclone did. Oh. But it needs traction, and it's small, so it doesn't have a lot to begin with. Then you put it on dirt, and then you lose more, and then you make a turn, and you lose all of it. I wonder if I can get this up Mount Chiliad, actually. Probably. It's got to be better up Mount Chiliad than the Dilettante was. I mean, it's underpowered, but it's also so small and light that it's like being regularly powered. Oh, understeer's back. Watch the speed. Feather the throttle to get the back to stick out. We've got a time of 8:16, which is not too. I say that's not bad. 8:16. 8:16. Yes, I still use pen and perishable paper. That's what I do. 816-544. That's Panto. Alright. So it's a city car, so we expect it to do best on the city circuit. So each car gets a trip around 3 different circuits. Now that's the long one. Then I put the car around two different 2-lap courses, which are meant to be about 2 minutes a lap. So we're gonna put this around the street circuit. Because it's a city car, it should be best on the city circuit. So right now we have a winning time of the Ruiner at 4:10, which beat out the Vigero. Everything else is good. Yep, the Panto is what we're going to use. That's what we're testing. It's painted orange and purple, Frankfurt Galaxy. Let's see if we can get this thing around in under 4 minutes. It's a little city car, go! It should have all the miles per hour. Yeah. I have to lift up. On tarmac, it's a little bit different. It's got a little bit of grip and whatnot. Oh, and yeah, that's not good. It doesn't have that much grip. Oh my lord. Now these turns, for some reason, always put the other cars out, the big cars. I'm wondering if it's going to do something different to the little car. This turn especially is brutal, and it's still brutal. Okay, that's just a really hard uphill turn. The supercars just hate it. You need something that's kind of a little bit on the lead sled side. I think the best car to handle that has been actually the Ruiner. Alright, well, I bend it. I also powered it. It would probably take me more time to wiggle that out. I think the small car that's going to do the best around here is the Weenie EC Sport. Whoa, there's a little bit of a bump there, a little bit of a hill, and that just terrorizes cars. I have no idea, you can't really see it, but there's an oh so subtle hill there, and it just sucks away all your traction. Just takes it right away. Well, 2:18, that's not a good time. We're going to have to go super, super fast to get it under 4 and not get it pinned behind a utility pole. But I've got my fastest driving song on. Second fastest, but the fastest I'm legally allowed to listen to. Hard on the brakes there. It's a really hard turn. Oh, they can, but that little tiny bump catches every car, every single car I've ever seen. It's the hardest part on this circuit, even harder than this turn, I think, because it's just so unexpected. You look at it, you think, oh, it's fine, it's flat, and it's not. Yeah, trying to take that one much better. Hey, there you kind of get used to it, the second one. That, and I'm listening to the Killers right now, so kind of in driving mode. Understeer, harder on the brakes that time. This little S is usually no problem. And like I said, right up here is going to come this tiny little lift right here. Right there it is. This time I went a little wider and it's a little smoother. But you can't go out too wide or you'll miss the checkpoint. Stay on this side, cross over, stay wide-ish. Dab on the brakes. Lift and power to the finish line. And the checker drops and we get a time of... Hey, Freelancer. Sorry, you have the same color as somebody else. 4:21. 4:21. Oh, 4:21 or 0:24. Alright, so since I don't think it'll be good as a Grand Tour, and I don't think it'll be good on the freeway, we're going to have some silly fun with this, and we're going to put it over the off-road track. This time was going to be pathetic. But I need times for it. All I have is the Cara. So can I get around the dirt track faster than 3:52? I'm not betting on it. I get to... If I'm awake, I've got a job tomorrow. Cold? Oh. We'll see. Alright. Well, it's on dirt. It's a Panto. I'm predicting in the low 6s. Now this is just like a dirt road. The Panto should be fine. It's the back half of this course. And then there, of course, is the one part where we try the brief bit of true off-roading. The bumpity bump bump. Yeah, they weren't very smart. They were very safe, but they were horribly underpowered, and they didn't get really that great of gas mileage. Although there was one that the Top Gear guys tested I liked. The one that they lived in for 24 hours. That was a pretty nice vehicle. But we never got that one in America. Alright, well the oversteer has decided, or understeer, I'm sorry, the understeer has decided we are going to have a little bit more off-road than I thought. Oh, I really thought we were going to hit that anyway. Alright, well it has not handled itself with poise, but it has made it around to the ground clearance test, and this is where well, that failed spectacularly. And by spectacularly, I mean like slow and boring. Considering that the wheels are on the very end, I guess in retrospect, its approach angles are going to be fairly awesome, actually. So maybe that handled it better than I thought it would. Not great, but certainly better than the Deviant, which is a Prius. I had to buy the Panto. You can't not just steal one, even though they're under 100K, and I don't know why. As a matter of fact, they dropped the price. But I love terrible, terrible cars. And like I said, after I bought it, I found out how much fun it is just to take this out and just smash it up. Just roll around in it. Through the dirt. This is not completely god-awful after all. So even though the Panto is somewhat of a joke, maybe it should be less of a joke than, remained less than a joke than the Deviant. It just wants to play. It's like a cute little yappy dog. I should have more horn going on then. I was trying to get to roll, but... Woohoo! And that's how you go across the line in a Panto in a time of 4:39.865. Much, 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 much worse than the Cara. On my other character, I have I won on the wheel the best 4x4. So I wanted to take a look at the worst one. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the testing part of High Shift. Now we kind of have the news part in GTA 5, our online. And I have been pretty lucky with the big wheel, and I've been making a lot of money. So we will go ahead and show off some of the cars I bought. We've already demonstrated the coiled Cyclone. We saw that earlier. I'm in my own personal car, so I guess I should get away from it. Trying to see where I'm at. I hate the fact that I'm in free mode and it's nighttime because it makes it really hard to show off cars. But I did buy the Panto and I painted it purple and orange because it's already ridiculous. A really bad place to pick up cars. Never mind. Let's go into Grapeseed and pick up a car. Just steal the first thing we find that's parked. Oh. We just need to get a little bit away to pick up one of my cars. I love how you have to break into the window to steal the the soft top Jeep. Alright, that should be far enough. We should be able to call. Can I call from inside the car? Probably.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them around. It's coming at you.
Alright, so I had pretty good luck this morning and did spin the big wheel and won the Neo. There you go, we'll put it in the lights. Oh, of course. So I won the Neo. Of course, since it's on Viper, I painted it orange. I do have sunset orange now. Boy, they really don't like my car there, do they? It's listed as a sports category, but it is very, very fast and very, very maneuverable. This probably should be a supercar. We'll take it to San Andreas Auto. We're close to San Andreas. We can take it in there and look at it.
What miracle did you want me to perform?
So it's basically a Aston Martin. Yeah, you can tell by the big thing. And the Visor logo kind of looks like it. I think they did a really good job with the model of it. I really like the glass roof on it. The only thing I did to it was really painted orange. Not much more else to do to it. I would have liked to put a roll cage in it. I don't think that's an option. Yeah, it's not. You can put racing livery on it, but I really didn't want to. So we'll go abandon this and we'll take this fuselage and drive far enough away from it. I'll just leave it open for anybody who wants it. I don't care. I have good insurance on it. It's a solo mode, no one can steal it. We'll just drive down the road. Hey, a tractor! I don't even think I'll take the tractor down the test route because I don't want to be here that long. The bus was bad enough. I probably don't have enough time, do I? I'll probably say you can't do it for another 20 seconds.
When you ride, let me know. It's on the way.
Oh. Okay. I get it. Come on, come on, come on. We want to see it. There he goes. Now this is really, if you want a small wheelbase car and really want to race, this is the one you get. It is. This was on sale, so I got it. I bought it. We got it for 60% off. And it is the EC Weenie Sport. You can tell it's sport because it's got the huge wing. I did say that I was going to... Oh, it just does the little things. I'm not going to spend money on that. No way. Oh, but like I said, this is the small car that's meant for performance. And I got that. I also won the zombie chopper on the other account, but I'm probably going to just get rid of that. I really don't care about it. It handles like garbage. I wonder though if I can sport race. Well, maybe I can. It's custom. Huh. I don't know. So the garage properties are on sale for, I think it's 40% off, which means if you do collect a lot of cars, now's the time to buy. You have Twitch Prime. Two good cars are on sale for 80% off. The Coil Cyclone and the Nero, Trifati Nero, which is the Bugatti looking thing. Anyway, that's about it for High Shift, and I thank you for the raid. Hi Thoughtgore, I thank you for the raid, Zeusidus. I hope you go back and watch the VOD for the first two cars. I'm surprised that Fargonaut did not drop by. He did want to see the Deviant, the AMC one, but hopefully he'll watch the VOD too. I do not know when the next show will be, but of course every Saturday I'm over on DDO stream for Bard Live playing DDO. Oh, there's Fargonaut. Hey Fargonaut, go back and watch. I did the Javelin. When I stop this, you can watch the VOD. That's the best I can do. I already did it. I'm wrapping up now. It's a little after 8, and High Shift is ending. And I appreciate everybody who joined the raid. If you would like to give me a follow, I'd appreciate that. Oh yeah, right, yeah, you too. I'm stopped here. I'm trying to end my show. The NBC cars really do not like player cars at all. But in GTA, at least you can do something about them. Anyhow, if you'd like to give me a follow, that'd be appreciated. If you'd love to subscribe, I would never refuse that. And I hope that what you've seen has entertained you, and you will be back. And with that, I wish everybody just peace, and have a great night. Thanks for watching.